Hi, this is Ted Bishop, the 38th President of the PGA of America for MMC. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that I know is always foremost on the minds of anybody that enters into an arrangement with Chuck and MMC. And that is basically, well, how many of these memberships should I sell at my golf course? And what can I do to protect the fact that I don't put myself in a position where I can't provide the access to the people that are going to buy the memberships, and in turn create customers that are frustrated because they can't get on my golf course. There's a couple of key things you need to remember. First of all, who are you trying to attract with the MMC plan? Certainly you're going to get a few avid and core golfers initially who are going to sign up, but the big picture, we're trying to attract casual and non-golfers. And let me redefine what a casual and non-golfer is. These are people who are going to play 12 to 14 rounds of golf a year or less. That doesn't necessarily mean because they're a casual or non-golfer that they're bad players, they're slow players, they're uninformed players, they're players who are going to do damage to your golf course. That's not it. They're classified as casual or non-golfers because of the number of rounds they play and that they've exhibited some buying habits pertaining to the golf industry. So these are very much customers that you want to bring into your golf course. They are not going to beat you up with rounds. And as an example, we did a survey at my facility in late November, and what we found was that if it was a simple mathematical situation, if we took the total rounds that our MMC players played, divided it by the total number of MMC players that we brought into our facility last year, we found that these players, on the average, played 5.8 rounds per person. So that should help you relax a little bit in terms of doing the math and trying to figure out exactly how many rounds you're going to put on your golf course, and can you accommodate what the demand is going to be. So I think the other big thing here is being able to determine what is your capacity for rounds played. And I am amazed in my conversations with operators from around the country how many of them really can't answer that question. And you know what? It's a very simple procedure. And I'm going to kind of give you a formula that will probably work for your golf course that you can easily understand. If you're running at 8-minute intervals, okay, in a 60-minute time frame or 1 hour, then you're going to be able to tee off 7 foursomes. So let's take an average day, and we're going to be conservative on this. Let's say your first tee time's at 7 o'clock in the morning, and your final 18-hole tee time is going to be at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All right, that is 10 hours of operation, 28 players per hour that you can tee off. So that's 280 18-hole players that you could conceivably run every day of the week if your tee sheet was full, no open tee times. On top of that, you've got easily, depending on what part of the country you're in, another hour and a half of tee times between 5 and 6:30 in the evening that you can play 9-hole players in. That's another 42 players based on that same formula that we just ran, meaning that if your golf course ran at full capacity as an 18-hole facility, you would play 322 players over the course of the day. Now, how many of you that are running 18-hole facilities would love to average 200 players a day, 7 days a week in your peak months? Raise your hand now, okay? That would be me. And back when I had an 18-hole facility, and I have 27 holes now, any month that I played over 6,000 rounds, I thought was a tremendous month. 6,000 rounds would be basically an average of 200 players a day over a 30-day period of time. Well, again, let's do the math. 200 players a day, my capacity to play players is 322 per day. So at 200 players a day, I'm running at 62% capacity, which means I still have 38% of my tee times that are going to be unfilled. So I would encourage you, to really lay your tee sheet out and look at how many rounds you know, can I play, how many rounds realistically can I expect to play? And my advice to you would be never entertain the thought of cutting off the number of these MMC acquired players that you're going to bring into your facility, based on the fact they're casual and non-golfers and they're not going to play much over the course of the year, and also given the fact of what your full tee time potential is. Now, I just completed my first year of doing the MMC plan. On a 27-hole facility in 2017, we played 30,100 rounds. All right, that's a lot of rounds. That's probably more rounds than many of you are playing right now. After 2018, first year of the MMC plan, our rounds played increased to 48,000 rounds. All right, and we didn't have a good year at all from a weather standpoint in Indiana. So let me put that into perspective. In 2017, when we played 31,000 rounds, that was on 8-minute intervals. One of the things that I did in 2018 was go to 10-minute intervals to try to spread out the traffic on my tee sheet, which means on an average day, I could play on a 27-hole golf course 496 players. So even on my busiest days last year, when I played 350 players, I still had over 25% of my tee times available for consumption. So I was far from full. We saw our revenue categories go up in golf car rentals, golf shop merchandise, food and beverage sales, range balls. I mean, every conceivable category across the board was up because our volume was up. All right. I think in a better year of weather in 2019, it could be possible for me to play 52 to 54,000 rounds of golf, which is not quite double what my previous rounds were, but it's certainly close to it. So getting back to all of you who are operating, say, an 18-hole golf course, and you can do the math 50% if you're a 9-hole operator, you know, your capacity on 18 holes most likely is going to be close to 40 to 45,000 rounds. So I would encourage you, all of you who are probably playing in the high teens, low to mid 20s, to evaluate where you're at and say, okay, if if my course could stand to play 15,000 more rounds next year, and these people are going to play on an average 6 rounds per person, which is what Chuck tells you from the beginning, then you're probably, all of you are in a position as 18-hole operators where you can sell 3,000 of these memberships and have absolutely no problem whatsoever. One thing you need to consider when you look at these membership sales is probably 20% of the people that buy the memberships are never going to even stop by and pick their membership card up. So these are certainly customers that are not going to clog your tee sheet and cause you problems down the road. But the whole idea of this video is to help you not make the mistake that some people have made when they've entered the MMC plan, and that is hit the panic button and shut the number of these acquired players off well before they should have. Because here's the one thing that I have found, and I've talked to quite a few of these people, that's the biggest mistake that they made. If they had one thing to do all over again in the campaign, they never would have done it. So look at your sheet, know what your capacity is, and evaluate where you want to take your business going forward with MMC. And I hope this helps you out, and I hope that you're busier in 2019 than you ever imagined you would be. Have a great day.
MMC, the golf marketing company that hits them straight. To learn more, go to golfmarketingmmc.com and watch additional videos. You may also call MMC's office at 904-217-3762 or 877-620-8135, or send an email to chuck@mmctoday.com. Please pick up a copy of Chuck's book from Amazon, product number 069-286-2269. It's Golf, the Untapped Market: Why the Pros Are Failing to Grow the Game.